those are the obstacles we need to watch out for. I get
Yeah,
what you're
that's the stuff,
saying.
stuff
Okay.
you gotta watch.
Okay.
And you gotta have trustworthy volunteers, it's not be throwing paint, because there's, stuff you can't paint, but.
Okay, so we just need to make sure we have a good guideline for our volunteers.
Yeah.
Okay,
Well,
so
and
good.
he said something about, like, gives the volunteers his number, so if they had a question, like, hey, can we take this? They could call Joe. He could tell them, no, don't pick it up, or it's fine.
I don't know. It'd be neat if we could talk to WCA about it and say, hey, we'll pay you whatever the dumpster is, but if you just run your truck, you want to pick it up with your truck. And if you've got heavier stuff, we'll send a guy with you.
That's an interesting idea.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, that's a one-time handle at one time.
Yeah. What's your thoughts? Did you hear that? He said something about having a WCA truck run it and just sending a guy with him to help. And that's a one-time handle.
That way,
Oh, no, you're
that way
fine.
we're handling it one time. So that's neat.
Okay.
So we might, Carrie gets back with Amber, because she's kind of the go-between with
Okay.
WCA.
We'll problem solve a little bit more and
So just less handling.
yeah.
Yep.
You don't want to pick up the soggy furniture either. We tried the volunteer lawn there earlier
When we
today.
had the trash truck and it would break down, we would take a dump truck, the guys out ride the back and jump in the trash to come.
You guys ready?
Thanks, John. I appreciate it.
Are you ready?
Our dear Heavenly Father, we come before you this evening thanking you for allowing us another day of life and all the many blessings you so generously give us. We pray that you would be with those that are in harm's way, that you would keep them safe as well. Be with our country, be with our leaders, that they would do those things which would be pleasing to you. And we ask you to please be with our city and our city council and give them wisdom. And we pray that good things would be happening for our town. We ask you to please continue to watch over us and forgive us. In Christ's name we pray. Amen.
All right, meeting come to order at 6:03. Roll call, please.
Dwayne Fowles. Here.
Here.
Harold Hawkins.
Here.
Amy Conlon.
Here.
Gary Carroll.
Here.
All right, approval of the agenda as presented. Need to make an amendment. We got emergency legal matter.
I would like to make the motion that we add a number 4 under old business. I would like to go into closed session according to RSMO 610.021 in addressing legal matters, please.
Second.
A motion second to amend the agenda, adding a closed session. And all those in favor? 4-0. Approval of the minutes, February the 28th, March the 7th.
I'll make an amendment, we approve the, meeting minutes as submitted.
Second.
Got a motion and a second to approve the minutes, February 28th, and March the 7th. All those in favor? 4-0. On the guest list, number 1 is Julie Johnson and Christy Berner. Request for a business license. Both of you, one of you step up to the podium. Kind of let us know what you're wanting.
We want to open a cross-stitch hand embroidery shop that will sell patterns, hoops, fabric, threads, things of that sort. It's of course, one of our hobbies, and we have to go to Branson to get our supplies
Oh, wow.
unless we go to Hobby Lobby or someplace. So that's what we're looking at.
Council?
It's gonna be housed in the Mercantile, correct?
That's correct.
I make a motion that we grant Julie Johnston and Christy Bernard the license for their cross-stitch store with Needle and Thread LLC.
Second.
Got a motion and a second to, allow Christie or Julie and Christie to, have a business license for their cross-stitch business. Those in favor? 4-0. Thank you. Christie McGee here, Kelsey Chandler.
Thanks.
Which one's gonna do the talking?
I guess me.
All right.
She's very nervous.
You've got
What you
this.
got going on?
We're gonna just open a shop similar to the Energy Spot where it'll be energy teas, smoothies, like easy breakfast things like smoothies and protein bowls and parfaits.
All right.
What's the name of your business gonna be?
Hidden brews, because it's upstairs hidden kind of thing.
Yeah.
Upstairs, like,
At Simple Simon.
oh, it's gonna be the back side of something.
Yeah.
I drove by there, well,
Yep.
yeah, I drove by there today and it was interesting. I didn't
you
know
have
there
to-
was something back there.
Can you
Go
get to it
access it?
both
If you're
ways?
headed towards the church
Yeah.
up the hill and then the driveway's right there.
Okay.
So can you get to it from
Yep.
downstairs too?
Easy.
Yeah. Yep, so you can go up
Upside
the
down
stairs
one.
here.
Any other questions, council? Times have changed a little bit. Whenever I drank a smoothie, it was a chocolate malt. Things
That might be
changed a little
available.
bit, you know. I can appreciate that. Any other questions?
Nope. I'll make a motion, we let Christy and Kelsey have a business license, 725 South Main Street.
I've got a motion and a second to, give a business license to Christy and Kelsey on their business endeavor. All those in favor? 4-0. Thanks, guys. Dave Bard, request for business license.
I'm looking to obtain a license for a restaurant and a liquor by the drink establishment at 1049 West Dallas.
It's in the process of being built right now, just right on the highway.
We're in the process of building. The health inspection comes after we get the kitchen finished. And then we should have all of the paperwork done by the state around the 15th of May, maybe a little prior.
Any alcohol establishment has to abide by state regulations. David has already applied for that. I guess just looking for the okay through Granby to give the okay to do business there with a liquor license.
We've
Any
had,
other questions?
yeah, we've had some questions about how many liquor licenses that we're allowed to, release. There was an amendment made to the, ordinance in the past that said that we do have unlimited liquor license that available in our town. If there's any questions for any of the citizens that are concerned of that, I had a couple of questions, and Lana has provided us with written paperwork that states it was amended in the past. I think it was 2015, yeah. So, no problem with that. I motion that we provide him with a business license for, is it Pub and Grub? Is that the name of it?
It's open container.
Open Container. Oh,
Pub and
I see
Grub.
it. Oh, okay, Open Container Pub and Grub. I apologize.
Business license, and a liquor license.
And a liquor license, please.
Second?
I got a motion second to give, open container, that's the business, business license and a liquor license. All those in favor? 4-0. Thank you, David.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Let me make a comment real quick, I guess, for FYI. I was on the council when the liquor license, was changed. Basically what had happened was there was a few out there and everybody else could not compete openly if they believed that part of their business needed, to serve alcohol, or whatever the case may be. That's the reason we took that limitation off. Everybody that opens up a business try to make it on what they believe that will work for them. And it can be many different things. It can be alcohol one time, maybe something else another, you know. But everybody that does open up one, they have to make a business work on their own merits, their own abilities, their own personalities. So that kind of works for itself. Every business makes decisions based on they believe that would get the most customers in it, whether you're gonna non-smoking, whether you're gonna have smoking, things like that is a personal business decision, and so we hope that these places make it and do well, but we don't want to stand in the way if they believe that's what they need to do good business. So I just throw it in for what it was worth. All right. In old business, we talk about the old mine in town days and the liquor license. I'm not sure what that actually means. If I'm not mistaken, the old mine in town days and the beer garden was two separate entities. Am I correct?
Yeah,
They don't intersect.
No.
So I'm not sure if old mine in town days needs a liquor license.
no, number 1 and number 3, both right there together, null and void now.
Okay. What has happened is the people that were going to do the beer garden has made it their own and not necessarily a part of Old Mine in Town days. So number 1 and number 3 is just taken off, unless there's a comment, council. Okay. Okay, a discussion on moving City Hall and the council chambers from this set of buildings to the buildings that was purchased for the police department, and then the opening on the south side to move City Hall into. Many discussions have gone into this back and forth with the council and those involved. I'd like for the council to open up a conversation about this and what their thoughts and is. I personally believe that we should try to accommodate the thrust that we have right now for small business in our area, and for us to move out of these buildings with 5 people and move to the other building that would accommodate that, I believe is just good business, good stewardship. But I would entertain conversation about the move, and I would even allow those in present here to make comments just one by one.
The proposal we have in front of us, it says this proposal includes selling the current location of 302 and 304. I'm not against the move, but I am against selling these 2 buildings personally, because what I've noticed is when you put it into people's hands, sometimes it doesn't get taken care of. If the city remains owners of this property and leases it out, I believe we can maintain it and make sure that it doesn't fall into the wrong hands. I'm not trying to be rude when I say that. I've just seen it happen too much.
Anybody else have comment on any of that?
I would agree with Jamie's sentiment on that.
You would like for the city to maintain a responsibility, not a responsibility, but an oversee.
And use it as like lease it, if we use it, we lease it to a business that wants to come in. And if after that time they've been established, and at that time we could maybe discuss selling to that individual or that business, but at this point I think it'd be in the best interest of the city to maintain property.
I think it's the agreement of the council to kind of ease everybody's mind. These buildings will not be tore down for a parking lot. It's just not gonna happen. Bobby, go ahead.
What is going to be the cost to remodel down there to be able to move these offices down the street? What cost are we looking at?
The price tag is 75,000.
And where's it coming from?
That'll come out of a mixture of the accounts, utilities, those types of things, general account, split up.
So we're basically saying the $15 charge that we would charge on our gas meter to get our gas up is still gonna keep going to.
However,
the model?
there's also a reason for wanting to move City Hall. The savings realized would be approximately $3,000 a year in property liability insurance, and then roughly $1,500 per month in utilities. So if you calculate that up, that's $21,000 a year in savings, which will pay off in 3.5 years. So in 3.5 years, we'll make back the $75,000 just by moving it. And if we held on to the property and rented it out, that would actually be even less terms. But not to the gas. I mean, it's not, that doesn't have anything to do with your gas question. So, but do please keep that in mind.
Yeah, good question.
Are we still at the point where we will not allow apartments to be built above?
I would like to see that happen
I would
personally.
like to see it happen. I think it would be great. Look at Joplin, what they're doing. I mean, we got new windows up there. Yeah, exactly.
I agree with you. I think there'd be a great place up there for apartments, and we could certainly use some in town. But we could be a little bit more selective with what happens down here on these bottom floors.
That's true, but if you own it, you're gonna have to build an apartment.
Well, correct me if I'm wrong, Sally, but you can hire management companies to actually manage these things for you, correct? Not the rebuilding of the park, but actually to manage these two properties and make sure that they stay rented out. Okay, so if the city was to hire the management company and utilize the money of renting it out, they would still be able to make a revenue off of it on top of that, correct?
If all goes well, yes.
Okay, so if the city was to move, let's say we moved Chambers down there, you've got 3.5 years, provided that this is not even rented out and you're not making any money off of it. In 3.5 years, that money, the $21,000 every year, is just basically saved money. So then you could utilize.
Insure your buildings, whether you're in them or not,
Yes, that's true.
and are you gonna like cut the utilities off?
You,
That's really kinda hard to do, to just cut them off and let it sit all that time. You're probably better off to maintain utilities, so you're not gonna be clearing 21,000 a year. Just saying,
So
you need to look at the big picture.
in your
City would be better off to sell it.
well, that's what I was just getting ready to ask. In your opinion,
Way-
then,
you'd
you
be way
believe that
ahead.
you would sell it restricted?
It's gonna take too much money to fix this up for something like that.
Well, I've been here involved with the city for now more than 10 years, just in city government. And since the lodge has moved out of the top, I don't think anything has happened there. Nothing has happened upstairs here. And so we try to maintain a large building ourselves with, to take care of 5 people, plus a court, which is once a month, and then plus the city council, which is twice a month. So I certainly agree with the move, but I'm not sure I'm completely understand all the details in the what we do with these buildings. All I know that we don't want to do is let them go to crumble. You know what I mean? Just let them fall.
If you change the building code here, you could build something less than 750 square feet. I'd probably build some apartments, but
You talk about up on top?
no, I'd build them at different places here in town, but 750 square feet.
Well, I mean, that don't have anything to do with this part.
No,
Rent
this
them out.
building would make a really nice
I know, but it's still,
I would like to see that on the agenda in the future, yes, correct. But
no, me too.
But bringing us back to this, my concern is I started this journey like 8 years ago, and I watched all these buildings, when they changed hands, suddenly they were worth something. Suddenly they came back to life. And it was because the same people held on to them for years and years and chose not to put anything into them. And that's what scares me, is what stops that from happening in the future to these buildings.
So is, when you still own the building, you're gonna have to be the one that's doing that maintaining, and the city's gonna be down there now, and it's like when this place needs the maintenance and stuff, it's like if you can't afford to maintain it now with the water spots and the leakage and stuff like that, why are you gonna be able to afford it more if you move down there? And you're trying to repay the $75,000 that you spent moving, it'd be better to sell it.
I do believe that they are maintaining it. I mean, we've put brand new windows in it, $30,000 worth of brand new windows in this building.
But when you move out, 2 years down the road, you've been renting it, and you've got a little bit of money trickling in after expenses, cause you still gotta pay your insurance, and you've still got to do all the upkeep and stuff, and plus you're gonna be paying the fee to the management company if you would hire one.
Yes.
And then suddenly something drastic needs done. Sorry, you're gonna have to be the one replacing that roof.
So
And you have to do it for your tenant.
Yeah.
So what you're saying is you don't believe that the city should become landlords.
Right.
It's just a,
Thank you.
An
I
added-
think the city needs to become a landlord. There's a lot involved in being a landlord. You can get into some major expenses when the furnace
And
goes
renters
out.
tear up everything.
You're the one that's got to replace that furnace. You're the one that's got to fix the roof. You're the one that's got to do this stuff. And, you know, when you got a tenant involved, you know, right now you can sit there and say, oh, we'll just stick some glue on it. Well, I'm sorry, when you got a tenant in it, the glue just doesn't always work.
now the people that, I'm just gonna, move away from that just a little bit. The people that bought some of those buildings on the square, you know which ones I'm talking about, some different buildings that have been bought and then remodeled with, seemed like a ton of money. They bought them with the intention of renting, am I right? Like to a boutique or to a restaurant or to a bar and grill or something like that. So somebody's gonna probably rent this, but it'll be an entrepreneur of some kind, a developer that comes in and does the first, buys it, and then remodels it for a tenant. Am I
Because
correct?
If you're
Yes.
the guy gonna be doing all that, then you need to get your crews in here and get that turned into an apartment. You need to get this stiffed up, and you need to get this stuff done because you're the landlord. And suddenly you gotta spend the money here that you plan on spending down there to move your offices. It's like, it doesn't make sense, okay, for the city to be a landlord, sorry. I disagree with you girls.
I don't know.
Anybody else have, go ahead.
I've had buildings all downtown, and it's just, like I said, if you've got the right person with the hands on it, then honestly, it's very doable. But I understand your position, and I respect your thoughts
Well,
on
you
it.
know, and the building itself is a unique building and unique to Granby, like some others. And whoever is the owner, whether Granby maintains it or whether somebody else has buys it, it'll always be this building and the uniqueness of it. So that won't disappear. Maybe a different landlord. I've seen different landlords in I think Neosho moved City Hall 3 times, and Diamond twice. Whatever's best for the city is and the needs of the people. Right now, the needs of the people and the thrust of our at least the downtown areas, people need places to move into. So
I think you need to sell it. I've been on the east side, Sally made some good points.
yeah.
But I think you wash your hands of it, let somebody come in, say, a management company, then they can come in and throw a little bit of money in it. They're gonna get it back out, and they'll have it, and the city wouldn't have to worry about it.
Are there restrictions that the city of Granby can have? I know I've got some
You already
realtor
have
in here.
ordinances in place about the storefronts.
Yeah.
on the
Yeah, we do.
lower floor. So, I mean, that's gonna protect that portion of it. I don't know if you have anything in there on your storefronts. If you do, it's not obvious going down Main Street, frankly. You might wanna think about that. But, you know, someone did come in and purchase it, the more they can make out of it, the more they would put into it. And
Yeah.
that's like the apartments or whatever, but.
Well, I'll just go ahead and notice that 2 years ago, less than 2 years ago, the mayor and most of the city council were trying to plot to destroy utilities. Talking about how she had a dead horse, and I was saying, well, it's not your dead horse, but moving on. I was totally different idea. Granby, very well what I see is getting rid of Granby Police State and bringing it, no, I mean, go ahead and bring in essentially having a satellite station for the Newton County Sheriff's Department.
Does this directly come to our buildings?
It doesn't.
Yes, it does. The reason it does is that you want to go ahead and keep these buildings, you might want to go ahead and give this place or the place next door, the old police station, as a satellite station to the Newton County Sheriff's Department.
We
And-
have a
That's right.
police department. I know you do. I know you
Yeah,
do.
Okay.
You're
but
good.
then again, when you keep the Newton County Sheriff's Department in Rutgers City Hall, and the answer is no, you may have to go ahead and move back here. So.
We own that building free and clear down there, so there's no necessary reason for our police department to ever move back down here. We have no intentions of that.
I'm just simply saying get rid of the police department and bring in the Newton County Sheriff's Department and you don't need these buildings.
Anybody else have anything? I'm sure. Anybody else? Two distinct, how many in, at least in here, are in favor of City Hall moving? Just lift your hand. None?
Will we be
In
able
favor
to
of
get
what?
access like we do here?
Yeah. Yeah.
If it saves money, that's it. If it's we the people, it's the taxpayers. That's what's best for the taxpayers.
It's true.
It saved money,
We can't go back.
yes.
We got the building, they used our gas money to pay off the building, so it's like, we've got the building, we should probably utilize it. And by utilize it, maybe they could sell these buildings and pay back our loan.
Has there been any interest in this building by anybody outside?
We haven't approached
'Cause
anybody.
I know we've talked about that in previous council meetings.
People have called several times looking for a place to buy or put a business. They ask me all the time because they think I own that big one down there, which I gave to the economic development. As a matter of fact, a gentleman texted just the other day, didn't he, Barry, about that big building, looking for buildings in Granby. So yes, there would be buyers out there, I believe.
Well, with the amount of business licenses that's been approved just within the past 3 months, I mean, yes, you're looking at businesses coming in, if they have a place to go, that's great. But I don't think the city wants to get in the middle of that. It's, in my opinion, it's either decide to keep it or decide to sell it.
Yeah, I don't think there's a halfway.
No.
Oh, you mean like keep it and stay in it?
Well,
Is
that's
that
what I
you're
would-
saying?
Well, no, I mean, if you're gonna keep, well, keep and stay in it. I mean, why else would you do anything else?
Right.
You got the other building to move into.
But if they
You got
move,
the building.
if they move and it sits there empty, it is going to just become a red
gonna
infested
deteriorate.
fallen in
Yes.
place.
Yeah, you
Either
don't want
way,
to.
so I mean, if you're gonna move down there, let's get rid of this.
Well, my thoughts were always that you stay right where you're at until somebody's ready to buy. Then move. Is that
In that case, you
doable?
need to advertise it for sale.
Pardon me?
I said, in that case, you need to advertise it for sale.
Well, I mean, I don't know that we should leave here until somebody's ready to buy this.
But
Am I missing something?
You can just advertise it for sale either.
Do what, Jim?
It'll have to be auctioned. You can't advertise it for sale. Again,
Is that right?
municipal property.
Jennifer? I can?
Well,
Okay.
then we can on our vehicles and stuff.
I'm sorry, would we have to do it by bid? No. Okay.
Your vehicles, we have to, that's the reason I was saying that.
Right, yeah, that's different. So what you're looking at is, if you want to sell it, you're wanting to sell it, but you're wanting to sit here in it until you can remodel to move into.
Well,
You're gonna have, I mean, that's,
what I'm trying to do is both. If given time by a potential buyer,
You have to be
We would.
prepared when a potential buyer does come along, you need to be prepared to exit. That's what she's saying. You got 30 days,
Yeah.
because they don't wanna come in and have you camped out.
If the council agrees that we should move to the other location and set up shop, then we should consider also, starting a remodel process down there while we're still here. Am I correct?
Mhm.
But there's always a potential to be ready to go and nothing happening here yet. So, am I reading this correctly? Are we afraid that possibly there's not gonna be a person to purchase this? Or do you believe that there will be?
That's the unknown.
It is an
You're
unknown.
not gonna know if you don't get it out there.
Yeah. See, right now, it is just not out there.
Exactly,
Yeah.
that's what I'm saying, that you need to get it, marketed and get it ready to sell, because that's the only way people are gonna know it's out there and to find those buyers. It may take a while, that's where you have your time to get your remodeling done and be ready, but when you do find one, you need to be ready to go.
I think if I was wanting to buy a building to put a business in, I don't think I'd wanna wait 6 months or whatever for you to get your building ready. I'd wanna either get in it or find another place.
Yeah, I know that I was told, I wanted to wait to sell mine, and they wanted it now. And I do know that trying to purchase a commercial building in our town has proven to be kind of a feat to get through, because they're making them jump through environmental things due to the EPA being in here. The business administration is.
Could you post something in the flyer or and ask the people's opinion?
Well, I'm always interested in the people's opinions, certainly.
I mean, the questionnaire we posted up front, we don't really get a whole lot of response from people either coming in or out, but if you can say you asked.
You could do a Survey Monkey. If you create a Survey Monkey online, and then we could put the link out there to people
Yeah, I
for
mean,
them
that
to
way
jump
you
on
guys-
there and do it.
You can say you asked.
An
Yeah.
overview of the town. Pardon?
Well, here's a thought, Ms. Kennedy. Why don't you just simply fix the roof on the old police station and you put your county sheriff's satellite department?
No, I'm not going down there.
We've already got that one taken care of.
Sell the Stuyvesant.
If
No.
you do
We've
vote
already
to
moved ahead of
move it,
that.
what's your timeline?
Do what, Joe?
If you do vote to move it, what's your timeline?
Well, I mean, it sounds simple to me. I may be off base here, but, so if we voted to move and we decide to move and we have someone come in and tell us this is how long it's gonna take, so say it's 3 months. So we know that's not gonna be ready for 3 months. So we don't put this on the market and try to sell it. You wait till, say, a month or so before, and then you put it out there. And that way, if someone does, say the next day, they make an offer and we got 30 days.
Now to move in the police station in emergency?
I do
Right.
kind of,
Yeah,
I
it's on
do
the market.
kind of argue with you a little bit on
Okay.
that, because finding commercial buyers doesn't always come along that quickly, and especially in a small town. And so I don't think you should wait to get it.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is, we can't like say we voted today and then put it out there tomorrow, and then someone wants to buy it and we have 30 days to get in there, and we know there's not a
Somebody's gotta work
chance.
really hard.
I
Get the
need you,
Right.
contractors going.
I need you guys to wait till at least June,
Yeah.
cause that's where the pancake feed's
Oh.
gonna be.
Bobby?
My next question is, how much remodeling is it going to take? I mean, we look at our city hall here, it's a wide open room, it's got the desks. What are we gonna need to do to remodel it?
Is there plans?
Is there that much work
They have
involved?
plans. See, we don't see that.
Yeah.
We drew out a scale plan there, whenever they did the, police station. And, as just an overview, so we can take a look and see how much space is in here. That's about all, and accommodate X number of offices and then enough room for a council chamber and court. which it gives us more council chamber and courtroom. And I think, and this is a great idea to bring it up, I think Rico was gonna plan an open house down there. You just learned this tonight? And so everybody in town go look at the police station and even go over and look at the open area that used to have jeans and stuff in. But just a general overview, as soon as we can put something together. Anybody else?
I have a question. Why don't you just simply stay here and sell the styling eyesore and reduce the gas meter to $10 a month?
Brian, or, I don't wanna go in that direction. I know. No, I don't. Any other questions, comments, council on this? I think the council, if I'm getting this right, is in agreement with the move. It's just right now, we're not completely understanding what the logistics is of the transition from this building to the other. I think it, I don't know.
I don't know if you guys knew this either. On this thing, it states that the police department is currently making a monthly payment of $738.53 and $416.67 to the gas fund, just so you know that they are paying it back. And it saved $42,000 in interest. So, I was just making sure you guys knew that they are paying it back.
Yeah, I'm aware they're making the payments.
So I don't know, where you, council, what do you guys wanna do on this today? What do you wanna do on this today? This is, I think, it's the second time that we've brought it up, and I think you've all got citizens' comments. Jim suggested that we put a flyer of some kind, or no, somebody suggested put some kind of
We could make an online survey.
online survey, and let's just look at it. Christian?
You could shoot it out like you do, we're gonna the shut off notices on the app too. 'Cause I do look at those.
Okay. What do you think that should be the next move? Danny?
How many square feet do you have down there and how much do you have here?
Well, I wish you hadn't asked me that.
We
I don't.
gain anything.
Do we gain?
Yeah.
We do gain
Well,
quite a bit.
What's the difference in the square
You're
feet?
probably gonna double this size of room.
This
And
room and
give-
that room combined.
Yeah, kind of those combined.
Yeah.
What have we got back there?
Well, all we have back there is 2 offices right now, but you could put them in that space in decent office size. Whenever, if you don't mind, Dan, whenever we get done here, could you look at that building and just take a look at it?
Not this evening, I could look at it tomorrow.
Tomorrow maybe sometime, and just to look at the dimensions. It's a large open space, and so it will accommodate City Hall fine. And it's gonna accommodate a pancake feed in June. Any other questions on this? I think we're gonna have to table this until we have a little bit more input. Council, do you agree, or what do you think?
I think we should pursue some kind of survey.
Survey.
I don't know how we go about that, but.
Well,
Do you want me to create an online survey for you guys? Okay. I will do that.
So I would entertain a motion to table this for right now until we get that online survey information back on it. Pardon me, Lana.
Are we gonna postpone it for a date? Are we just gonna?
Is that what you're doing?
I don't know how long it's gonna take to do this survey.
Can we give it like 3 weeks for the survey? You think that's fair enough, guys? And then do it like, not the next meeting, but the meeting after that, give it 1 month, and we revisit the survey results?
I think that'd be good. They're either gonna get back with you or they're not.
Okay.
That's true.
Well, like Jim was saying, at least give everybody a chance to make a comment.
April 11th? Okay. That's when we can discuss
That
survey
is
results.
that is also the meeting after the election.
Okay, so April, would you rather it not be?
No, that's okay.
Okay. April 11th, discuss, and then you guys bring up some extremely valid points. So questions on your survey, should we move? Should we sell? Or keep?
We got the building, we ought to move and sell this, that's what it's all done.
I mean,
Okay.
it's kind of like a catch-22. You can't keep both. So you're gonna have
No,
to
It's
go
a shame,
one or the other.
it's a shame to have a big, nice spot down there and we're paying on both places, electricity and taxes and everything.
Waste of money.
The only
It-
thing I
It's a
ask,
waste of money to the public.
we have,
Yep.
our city hall and our council look so nice from the street view. The only thing I ask is let's do something with that appearance of the building down there. I mean, it looks
I
like
agree.
something that you'd use for a Halloween.
Well,
I'm sorry, Rico, but it's true.
Is it the scrawled GPD? Is that what's doing it to you?
hey, Rico.
Rico get a bigger badge.
I think he, hey,
Come help change.
I believe he got the drift.
Okay. Give me a few days, I'll get something out there.
Exactly. It may not have been whatever
Okay.
we wanted,
Okay.
but we've got it.
I'd entertain it. Okay, is there a second on that?
Yeah, I'll make a motion that we revisit this on April 11th after survey.
I've got a motion second to revisit this, this moving city hall, process until, April the 11th, April the 11th. All those in favor? 4-0. Thank you, Council. All right,
Closed session.
entertain, going into closed session, please.
I make a motion that we move into closed session in accordance to RSMO 610.021 legal matters.
Second.
A motion second to go into closed session at, 6:20.
I gotta call you.
Yes.
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 Yep.
7:20. Jennifer, could you join us, please?
Fire station has this facade. This is like
not an idea. But for sure,
Right. Well, I think it worked out.
I hope. Of course, she's got the gyms, I don't know if Sean is asking people if they want to be indoor or outdoor. Well, it needs to get up there, she's not gonna, she's gonna measure. But, and we're gonna try to drop your lights in Thursday and Friday. Yeah. Yes. So I'm back. I wouldn't, I would ask them what they prefer.
Legal matters, you ain't been on there that long. Now you can retaliate on that.
That last time I got on that back up, I can think there's something I.
You're gonna
I
get
don't have my phone in my pocket, you can hear the back up. So I had a lot to do that morning. So I went up there and got a drink with my dad, John Silver.
You live on the north side.
So I get down here, everybody I work with the school here. You know, we're moving.
I'll be honest with you, I was coming to Brandon, and I had this problem where I would go to the, just because it's so dark down there. And then our police are so dark. I like the blue and the black, but it.
We gotta get some lights. Right.
Yeah.
Well, I'm wait for those. It'll take another couple of weeks.
Yeah, I misunderstood that. Love and rub, I thought it was a BYOB, because I know some states have those, you have to bring your own rules. Right.
I don't know, I've seen it on flyers here.
But I like that, I've seen them on the internet, they go containers, they build out.
We'll see, I think the way he's got that made, those containers probably be either cooking or be beer storage, and then that center will probably be meat.
It's gonna be a beer store?
No, I think it's an open restaurant, one that you walk in and sit down and eat. Yeah, it looks pretty neat.
Are we ever gonna get the fancy?
Yeah, so what we're doing right now is the highway easements, or turning lanes, or driveways, they're still okay in that, those measurements are in. Right there,
Fireworks and lights.
and I do this, it's got on, you don't have time to talk about that.
What about,
On that too. That was those people that said up there session. Yeah, she submitted the grant already.
the barns or the?
No, but she's gonna file.
You have probably been
Where is the fireworks stand?
gymnasium.
Right, when you come in from the Osho side, it's there on the right, before you go down on Linus Highway.
So closer to like the, like Jackson's.
Yeah, right across.
Yeah,
No.
I didn't know.
Okay, yeah. The apartments are across.
Yeah.
They're black, and you see them black.
I know kids with schools.
Whatever you put on the side of it.
No, I think it's shutters.
Yeah.
I think it's,
Looks neat.
you know, you see a red building, you want to paint it black.
And the other one, they didn't maintain it.
Yeah.
The old man passed away, and the son didn't want us to get through.
They're a good family, I just wanted to.
I've talked to people, I lived down there,
Somebody said that she's
they like
from
it.
Kent County.
I agree, I think we need more apartments and places.
My wife My wife, Kenneth and Ellen's gone.
I just started working at Miners Grill Pizza, and I thought it was awesome that it used to have the police station and
I like pizza, I like that.
yeah, we hand make everything, and I can attest that.
When my wife's, when her dad's mother
I like
died,
that
Goldie, no, Gamble. That building used to be the back, they went upstairs and did the way,
Yeah.
where the steps are crumbling down, and I think that's gone now, that's what's actually. Was that the board? Was that the board?
No, they're, they have their building.
I just noticed that the other day when came in. Where was it?
On top where the water tower is, or the caboose is a brick building across the street.
Yes, yes, I know about that. Yeah. Oh, it was really, I live right across the street from that. I've been here right next to Scare Racers. The little yellow and blue house.
Yeah, all my mother-in-law installed it, on there.
You know, yeah. Never seem to get in. She's always so busy. Which is good.
While you were standing in the town hall, anybody my age, my kid behind you.
Well, they may be, I have no idea.
The used car place was back there, we had, one time. Behind the gas station, used to be a car lot.
Yeah, haven't seen me some text.
It's on the highway. Across from the edge. The old gas station. Kennedy, he did. They had a car lot.
Where it's, where Stover's
What was that white building that we tore down? It used to be right next to the across the highway. White, looked like one of those military World War II buildings. It was just.
Now, on this corner, halfway, we're under where is new building. A rock. See that one now, it looked like a nice building.
Yeah, they had that phrase, about the theater, my wife remembers, that was the. And I guess, yeah. And then Gary, Schwartz had an Indian motorcycle. My wife, well, I just wish they paid, and I've asked Ira, you know, this should be your pristine Main Street, that should be the attraction. Why couldn't we get Diamond Grove Adventures, we're the mining. since COVID, and I just stayed in all these areas, these places. And it's just amazing how much stuff is just right around.
Our daughter-in-law's doing that now, if you guys need anything, just
Mexico.
get a dozen of those.
National
They live,
park.
you know where we live at?
Stay in your own backyard, save a lot of money, and there's a lot of history.
Yeah, 61 water district.
You know, people don't believe
They
this.
live just.
We are where it is, right?
At the same time, it's already all the people come right here.
And they're all kinds of, they're all kind of border kids, you go with wheat, you go to.
Our son and daughter-in-law just bought our place to the east of us. They've got chickens, so.
I was walking up at the Yoshio City Hall and they have a thing out there that's,
So she put them on
Yoshio
Facebook, so I'm sure she's positive
headquarters
with
for
her son.
Yeah, I took a picture of it, it's on the north side of the thing. You walk on the sidewalk, you like, you come up and make a right, and go down the other side, it's right there, it's green.
They're dollar a piece, Jeff, if you're buying new. Or just for a
76 cents a Tractor Supply, just $1.12 over at H-E-B. So you're sitting on the one. There you go, that's quick.
Don't let them blow.
Congratulations.
It's gonna begin.
Yeah.
Well, it began weeks ago, but it's definitely continuing.
And Friday night, I was pulling, you know, where we live on Bacon Road. My wife loops in and backs up, and I'm waiting on her, it's dark out, my signal's on. The same guy that speeds down our road, as soon as I start pulling in, guns it and just, he may have ran off the other side, the back end swirled, and I just laid on my horn and I got mad and chased him. And it's on McKinney that has the Lowe's paper on the house. And I called him out, I didn't go on his property, I said, you know, he just shut the lights off and didn't move. So, it's that four-door metallic looking vehicle. They run up and down Bacon Ridge.
I know you told me about it before, but okay.
Now I know where it lives, so. But, you know, it's, you know, we don't need another fatality in Granby. And, you know, people need to start looking out for each other.
We're working on trying to find a crossing guard for 6
That would be
schools.
terrific.
Did she just volunteer?
Not me, no. I don't get up early enough, I'm sorry.
You ever consider a walkway bridge? A walkway bridge that semis can put underneath and run it over?
That'd be nice. How much money we could keep out.
Jonathan texted me this morning at 5:45, and I texted me all day long, and I couldn't go back to sleep.
He probably didn't write it.
He gets up early.
That's his deal, he does stuff like that.
He's honoring, he's very honoring.
Almost every school.
He didn't, hey Jimmy, he didn't just text me, he texted the whole family. So I mean, it was a group text for everybody.
Everybody
No, Melissa was
She
on
was
it.
on it too. She
She
was
was
on it.
probably sitting there drinking coffee with him actually, when they was talking about him.
They get up, where the chicken is.
Money we should already have it, that's what made it.
So, this weekend, the next Saturday, so we can clear it out and then we can have it reviewed up to council.
The realtor shop.
Have to figure out.
But he said next week he can go down there, tell them where we want it, and he'll start clearing. Cause next year, the EPA, they're gonna take it all.
So you city guys, you know, fix the water. But I got one, well, there's been about, that's
People get excited, I guess. I don't think there's a proper answer to that.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Off the two buildings. Yeah, two rooms. I don't know what you're getting. Just call me. I'll just back over and and I'll be watching all that way about 10 or so. If you're out early. Looks like rain on it Thursday.
Don't believe in weatherman, Joe.
Yeah, no. I bring changing clothes. Actually, I bring a couple because summer I sweat to death, and then wintertime I get rained on all the time.
Just go out there and look at it, it's 50-50. Either it will or it won't.
Well, I know in the mornings, my grandpas, they always, watch the moon phases and stuff. And one little thing I found true, when I went to school, I ended up with a poultry science degree, but I studied meteorology and I had a couple things on my plate. There's an old saying that says, when the ground is wet, no rain yet. When the ground is dry, rain is not. And that has to do with the barometric pressure in the morning when you get up there at dawn, pre-dawn. You go out there and you see how heavy the dew is. Look to the west and see how blue the sky is. Because a lot of times, if it is going to rain, if it's dry, after that will come in until later that night or that evening when you're sleeping. But yeah, when the ground, really you can't, when the ground's sweating, you can't because the barometric pressure is blocking the rain. It's pretty amazing, just like the birds, they chirp before dawn because the barometric pressure changes. They know sunlight's on the way, even though, so they're out there chirping. No rooster, I got a rooster that crows every morning. I think at the bathroom light because it shines out in the yard, but he's crowing at me when I'm getting around from work at 4:30. He's always crowing.
We had one did all night long.
Yeah.
He was mean too.
Yeah.
He was a mean.
But listen to them old bluebirds and bird robins sitting in their nest. They're going to go lightly before daylight, even on a cloudy day. release pollen when that happens, my wife was on it, so that probably releases mold and dust more than it does. More if it does that. Pollen is later in the spring, I guess, yes. See, like right now, pollen's not moving yet, even though things are bad, it'll be a while. But what we're gonna have is mold spores that have been laying dormant all winter. They start coming alive, everybody starts mowing the grass, we start getting some harder south winds. That stuff will move. It'll move miles across the country.
Yeah, I like Doug Haley, that's my, he's reliable.
Yeah.
I don't know if I lost something like that, if I could go back and work.
I know, the guy's, he's an amazing person. That, I mean, I've seen something, I don't know, I would be right, especially a little boy like that.
Last one I was
Same thing happened with, Mac One. We ended up having to turn,
That thing, are they still doing that container thing here? They used to have another one over there.
No,
No.
no, there's two over there.
Oh, okay.
They just, no, you just can't see it from here, here, see it from here. It's towards the back. That's gonna be the back.
That's one more.
I have a rumor that there was gonna be a smoke shop there too.
No.
A twofer, hey Barry, whenever they're supposed to get the test back, you said they did the. That's not been.
Yeah, right.
I saw it on Facebook. Yeah, it is a bit.
So they say that they can always find
But concrete over these things are good.
You know what? I didn't realize that. I would tax recreational marijuana like 30%.
I don't know how much we
And then you put that money on the expansion Medicaid, right? Not part of
COPD.
Kind of heavy, 40 footers, most tractor wouldn't lift up one end of it either.
No, that's right. It's 8100 pounds.
Now I've asked cops, I'm like, I'm a criminal justice major, but I'm like, how can you take, say, like, override the federal?
We're not going to stack them now, may not ever.
It's still legal federally.
Federally.
Handle it if we do.
But the states can undermine that law and vote it to make it, that doesn't make any sense.
So federal Right, so federal's still supposed to supersede that.
When we rented that one for us,
So I work at the state.
we like said, we rented your storage unit, we had that
You're not
container
gonna.
full of cement.
Yeah, that's not.
Does that say first Calvary?
Right.
We've had too much junk.
And we still
On
have.
horseback.
I know what you're talking about.
I've got a
He
buddy.
told me, he said, no.
I wasn't on the attachment.
Okay, he's about 50,
It's hard to find his.
and he's live, and he had to go there in Iraq on horses. And he was
Special ops.
Yeah, he was on horses and he's hurt. They had to do with his Humvee, they took it in or something. Or something happened to something. And they took off running. It was on fire.
Give us some equipment, go out the ocean, get some out there
Got
floating.
out, that thing moving, stepped out.
It might have fall off up there after the big barge.
Amazing how much.
So he fell down. Yeah. Because them guys all get on the
Last year,
so
over in the ocean.
and he has to sit there with that
I was trying to find out when that was, and I went to the
One thing about it, things fall under
When is it? They gave me a
forever.
date.
Yeah, they moved it up a month, they could even move it up still to October, when it's better, or something, so they give it a turnout, because having that in the single areas. I was in Fort Hood in '98, 2005 when I retired, but,
Black Sundays, when first cab, we got Iraq. And, Lancer, 180 Cav, which is infantry, mechanized infantry, and guy, Charlie Ballard, May 2nd artillery, were killed in an ambulance, 13, captured.
Well, so he's on, like, his picture of him on the horse.
Since she's rushed by ambulance to the hospital.
He received some national award, best horseman, something.
Especially off, they have to, they're still quasi-military, but they get like, you know, if they wanna try those sunglasses, they have a black belt, so they can fly those. Not for the army, but for special class stuff, so they don't have. M16s, they have another rifle belt that's their mission, and they're allowed to do that by law, so they do.
We watch grandkids quite a lot and love it. We got the two right there beside us, Riley, he's 3 and he thinks, you know, it's his house, he's got a bedroom, so, yeah.
Yeah, he don't stay in it, he just plays in it.
He sleeps between us. But that's okay, it's only gonna be little ones. And we enjoy it. It's gonna get tough when his little brother gets bigger, we try to fit 4 in that bed.
Papa
He's
goes
sitting
to
there
the
getting
man.
that.
He spends time with young bulls.
We just got two. Jonah is, he's really.
Obama, now they went out of Iraq, and he thinks you can win a
How
war
old
with
is he
just
now?
special ops.
16 and
It's the 160th Sergeant.
I remember when she was born, I loved Indiana. I thought that was just, I have an aunt, and I just, Annalise, my aunt's name. I love that name.
Next month, see.
Jonah is such a dry jam.
I was always having that.
Jonah said, basic dad,
That's cute. I tell you what, you just never can tell what they're gonna say. And sometimes it's kind of scary.
Entertain a motion to
Wait,
come back.
we
in.
gotta, hey, we gotta wait on Lana.
Oh, okay.
And these guys are FDIN. Those are
entertain a motion to come back into, open session.
I make a motion, we come back into open session.
Second.
A motion and second to come back into open session at, 7:16. Roll call.
Yes.
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 In closed session on some legal matters that was discussed, there's no votes taken. So that was the gist of it. Moving on, in new business, bills to pay and balances on hand.
Lon, I have a question for you. These accounts that we have throughout the community bank and trust, are they separated out under the 250 FDI insured so that each account has their own insurance? Okay, thank you.
And now the ARPA fund has a larger balance than the 250, but the way it was explained to me, it is per signer on that account, and we have 3 signers on that account, so the balance of that fund will be covered.
Okay, thank you.
Any other questions, council? Entertain a motion to pay.
I move that we accept the balances on hand and pay the bills.
Second.
Got a motion and second to accept the balances on hand and pay the bills. Those in favor? 4-0. All right. Department head reports.
Murphy, how many of your fire guys are certified in CPR training?
Right now, I have 2. Everyone's been certified, but their certification is out, and then Rico talked about getting someone in to get everyone recertified.
So you guys are working together on that?
Yes.
Sweet, thank you. Hmm?
We have a person that's gonna do it for free.
Ah, even better. Can't make it to the
You got questions, council?
When, we had a conversation about the fire department charging their insurance to insurance companies that are, for the houses that they go and take care of during a fire. Where are we at on that? We talked about it, Murphy asked us, you know, can I start going after some of those, right? And we talked about it, and it just kinda got dropped off the face of the earth, and he reminded me that we did not pursue that, so what can we do about that?
I do agree. It seems like, Doreen, that we did talk about that in session, and, it, for whatever reason, died, and this was quite a long time ago.
I think it was when we were changing attorneys at that point.
Okay, I didn't understand completely the legalities of doing that. Jennifer, is there,
Can I have some more information?
what they wanted to do was basically, the fire department, charge the insurance company reasonable, fee. Reimbursement fees. And, a lot of the insurance policies that most of us have a fire clause in there that basically, has a certain amount of money that goes to the fire department. For the sake of their budget, we'd like to see that bill. Is that doable, legal?
I don't know offhand, but I can look into that.
Well, we're thinking that the insurance policies will have something in their policy that says.
So much for the.
Ours is $500. I checked it after we talked about it down here, whenever Murphy was talking about it. And I know ours is reimbursable up to $500.
For a fire, a structure fire?
Yeah, just for, I mean.
A
Yeah,
fire
'cause it-
call,
it was-
is that what you said? So even if we go for a grass fire, we can get,
And you can't get 500, it has to be a house.
it has to be a house, okay.
Yeah, it has to be a structure.
But we also talked about not pursuing, because some people don't have this, you know, like, so we're gonna like,
Get their attorney involved at any
Right.
way.
But if
They
their
pay-
house
they
is
pay-
covered that you guys run to a fire for, and they have to claim it on their insurance, you should be able to go get a reimbursement for your
Yes,
call.
I can build the insurance up to, a lot of policies like theirs is $500. My shop has a $5,000 policy. That they'll pay that on fire.
Is that because of contents, or is that just?
Yeah, no, that's just our charge.
That's just to pay the
It's just the
fire.
insurance
Commercial, I
company.
think, is allowed a lot higher.
Okay,
Like if Jackson's or some big commercial, because a house fire and a commercial fire, you're gonna be at a commercial fire a lot longer and a lot more dangerous than you would like their house.
I would like to add too, that I have had, mortgage companies contact the city to see if we have an ordinance in place that requires insurance companies to, provide funds or to pay funds to have lots cleaned up after a fire. And we don't currently have anything like that, so that's a consideration as well.
that'd be nice.
And also on that, it would have to go into an ordinance before we can do that on the fire. I did read on that, it would have to be an ordinance passed by the city. It's called reimbursement for recovery.
Reimbursement
Not
for
fire
recovery.
bill. That's illegal. It's the way it's stated.
But is the council in agreement that that is the way we should approach this? Make sure that our legalities are straight and that we do this legally. But, the chief with them would be able to issue a reimbursement bill of some kind. I just wanna know if we're doing everything according to the legalities.
Well, I can make a motion that we have,
Pursue.
yeah, that we have Jennifer pursue this reimbursement for recovery, and I would like to postpone it and add it back onto the April 11th agenda.
Sounds good.
second.
I got a motion and a second to pursue this. Ask our attorney to put forth the right kind of language that we could communicate to the homeowner that what we are doing exactly, make sure the legalities are all straight, but that we do pursue this and bring this back to the April 11th meeting. All those in favor? 4-0. Thank you, Jennifer. Okay. All right. Still department head reports. Guys got anything else?
I make a motion, we accept the department heads' reports as written.
Second.
Got a motion and a second to accept the department head reports. All those in favor? 4-0. All right. Joe Gwynn, got some action.
Every month.
So personal wages, Cliff's wages are $11.15 still. I'd like to move those to 12, so he's at minimum wage. Because that changed at first year, and I'd like to have him on even playing field with anybody else that's on minimum wage.
Is he working the hours we agreed?
Yes.
He's not working beyond those.
It seems like, if I'm not mistaken, I think there was a couple times he was at past 30 hours.
Past 30. It might have been until I was sick or something, but I mean, it's not an every.
What was the agreement for him to stay? What was the agreement on that?
27, 28 hours.
27, 28.
Yeah. if there is something that's bumped up there, it would have been because I was gone or I was doing something and he needed to be there.
He moves around the city somewhat, he works at the.
He mainly stays at recycle.
Recycle, but he'll come up and do a few
He'll help me
things here and
clean
there.
and pick up trash and we'll mop and spot mop.
How often, Joe, do you come up to the, community building?
Every day,
Every day, even the weekend,
even on Mondays and Saturdays and Sundays,
weekend?
yeah.
Council, do you think the, $12 is doable? Budget-wise, Lana?
The wages in parks is already over budget on wages. I had to close it out, it froze up my computer earlier, so I can't tell exactly, but it is a little above budget already.
And do you understand that minimum wage is something that the city does not have to pay? We like to try to do it the best we can, as long as it's within a budget restraint.
What's he currently making?
That's just that's like $21 a week more. I mean, we gotta figure out a way to come up with that.
Yeah, cause I'd like to make a motion that we do bring his wage up to $12 an hour.
Yeah, I would second that.
I've got a motion and a second to bring Cliff's wages to $12 an hour. All those in favor? 4-0.
Thank you. Fireworks. So I've been working with Wald for years. All of us have, fire department. I'd like to continue that because they kind of know what we need or what we're up against. We have direct line to the sales rep there where they're shipping those things to us now, so that lands here on big pallets, and then Tim and the guys are able to unload it, look at the cakes, look at the lineup. It's been handy. I think last year it cost $267 or something to have it shipped from Kansas City to here. It might be that or a little more this year, but probably comparable. It's been around $4,000. So I'd like to still be in that $4,500 ballpark and have you guys' approval to start working forward or towards that for Mining Town Days.
Were you bringing in some sponsorships on that? A few
Well,
people?
our ads,
Okay.
it all, you sell your ads to cover your cost.
What had, do you remember what the city had done fireworks wise last time?
Well, last time, plus, the 267 plus the 39 something, we were at 42, 43. So things have changed a little bit. He said most prices were still holding steady from last year because last year they took a big jump. And so he said most of the things in their industry kind of tabled off. And so, from what I gathered from him, I could be in the same ballpark. So.
Tim, are you still okay with, putting them off?
Yeah.
Okay.
Does he have a choice?
Speaking for as a dad and grandpa, we enjoy the fireworks display really well.
So you're just looking for an okay for the purchase?
Yes.
Okay.
There's currently 9,271 in Old Mining Town Day spots.
Okay, we make a motion that you spend up to $4,500 for fireworks for the Old Mining Town Days.
I'll second that.
We got a motion and a second to, okay expenditure for fireworks up to $4,500. All those in favor? 4-0.
Okay, and then on our bounce house, was able to secure one. Chet, I'll go with Chet, but had been working just like we had Mr. Burnett working throughout the winter with carnivals, trying to find the match and the right one for us. So people who are not familiar with Southwest Missouri, they're the ones gigging you the most. But anyway, Chad out of APR Rentals and Bounce Houses, Joplin, Carl Junction area, familiar, he's set things up here, done things here with us before, with the school, does a thing at Missouri Southern, does some things for some other cities. So, I'm wanting to contract with him and move forward. I think we're gonna be in the 2,100, 2,200 right there at the most ballpark on that. So I believe, selling armbands and having volunteers work will make.
The armband money comes back to the city.
Will
He
come-
just gets a fee.
He's just getting this flat fee,
Okay.
anything we make past that's ours.
Okay.
Yeah, we wanna recover our costs and then keep on going.
He owns a skate rink in Carl Junction.
Yeah.
And he's
Okay.
been a paramedic for the county ambulance for 30-plus years, I
Yeah,
think.
he's been in business a long time.
Chet brought him down for the food truck frenzy.
Yeah.
He's the one that brought all of them down for
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
And he's gonna bring us about, as many as he can, but right now we're looking to contract around 10 of them with him at least. If I get 12 or 13, he's gonna free it up.
He also has some games and stuff.
Yep, there's games, different things that'll be associated with that. Large, obstacle courses, you know, that are 42 foot long, zigzagging all around, so I mean, there'll be some of them that take up a lot of space. So he came down, did a, walkthrough with me the other day, so we could look at how to set that up in the
Okay.
park.
So you're gonna provide like a volunteer at each one or
Yep.
in between them or?
No, we'll have to set them up for what, utilize our space the best we can, but also the entrance to each one where we can have our people looking for their armbands, make sure we don't have free riders or visitors, but, we're gonna have to rely on volunteers in order to make our money back. So, you know, I can't have somebody stand there for 10 hours all day, so I have to be, you know, who can rotate in and out.
And you have some groups and clubs from the school to,
I have some people I'm talking to, and I do believe, yes, I will have enough volunteers.
I gave Steve Burnett a number too, I don't know if he's told you
Okay,
about some volunteers.
okay. So yes, some groups like that, and some youth groups here in town, different things. So,
Whenever you have, who takes care of, will it be these volunteers that takes care of the big kid smashing the little kid?
we'll
And
promote that
he's
for more.
crying and what have you?
Yeah, those obstacle courses, those things, you'll just.
Okay,
you'll
but
have no
the
sense.
person that
You can't
volunteers
send
can
any-
say, yeah,
so will we
because
have
some-
like some for a smaller age group
Yes.
and then a larger
Yes.
age group sections?
Okay.
Okay.
And there'll be anything that has to do with jousting or anything like that, you can't.
You have to
for
be
the
this tall to
kindergartners.
ride the ride, yeah.
Yeah.
So you said 2,100 for the ones that he's already guaranteed and you'd take on a few more if you could. So do we need
No
a?
additional cost, no.
Oh, okay.
He's got them free, he'll bring them.
So he wants to make a contract with you for $2,100 or $2,200
Yes.
to bring bounce houses for Old Main County?
Yes. And I think we should take it, most of them are gonna double up on me as they're booking up and already booked up.
Okay, I'll make a motion that Joe approves a contract with Chet from APR Rentals.
Yep.
For up to $2,200.
Second.
I've got a motion and second to approve, up to $2,200, agreement with this rental company. All those in favor? 4-0. Thank you. Citywide garage sale dates. Did you guys think about anything that you might consider?
Yeah, we got one available. In between. I think it's 20.
I'm just open for,
21,
I'm open
22.
for ideas.
21, 22.
Yeah, April 21, 22. That's in between.
Easter.
Oh,
Not that it stops though.
no.
Do you think that's a little
that's,
soon?
That's, Easter's the 9th.
Is it?
Yeah.
Yes, I'd entertain an idea that you might have.
When's the house shows?
April 15th, 14, 15.
After the week before or close to it?
Diamond 7-8. Monet's 27-28. So that's one.
Well, in the past, when we coincided with Diamond, that way people that go there.
We can do the same time, Diamond, don't you think? You like that?
That's pretty quick though. That's not even a month away.
Yeah, that's weird. Why is it Thursday and Friday?
I'm sure that's
No,
right.
Friday, Saturday?
it's Friday, Saturday.
Friday, Saturday.
Yeah.
Okay, then this is just a misprint, I guess.
Oh, okay. I didn't
What,
even notice that.
what's the misprint?
Those are, it says Thursdays. See that all the way down?
Oh. Yeah.
I didn't notice that was all the way down either.
Yeah.
The only one in between would be the 21st and 22nd between Neosho and Monette.
When you get into May, don't you start getting into school vacations and you start getting into people being gone? Do you deal with those kind of things in May? And in June, you think that's a little too long? Because we got the old Mayan Town days coming up.
Yeah, because May 5th is Cinco de Mayo, so you don't want to.
Here we go.
So the 21st and 22nd?
21st and 22nd of April. Is that going to be council going to be in agreement with that? People's going to be rummage sale all month.
Cecil Floyd School, what do they got going on there? Oh, that's a Comic-Con thing. Sorry. I don't see anything wrong with that.
Yep.
You guys want to settle on that date, which is the 21st and 22nd of April? You guys like that?
Like that?
Yeah, I'll make a motion that we have the Granby Citywide yard sale on April 21st and 22nd.
Second.
I've got a motion and a second to put the Granby Citywide garage sale on the dates of April the 21st and 22nd. All those in favor? 4-0. Discussion about the contract with the police chief. Is Rico already signed that?
Looks like you did.
So we would entertain, I think, if there's nothing else to say, we need to entertain a motion to accept that contract, but we need also okay a resolution, okay in the mayor to sign that.
There was a change to the original contract aside from the wage to include an additional week vacation. Because he was only eligible for 1 week, he asked for 2. And that's the only change that we're gonna say.
Sounds reasonable.
I make a motion that we accept this employment agreement for Rico, the chief of police.
Second.
Motion and second to accept the agreement. Now to entertain the resolution. All those in favor? 4-0.
Resolution of the City of Granby, Missouri, authorizing the mayor to enter into an agreement between the City of Granby and the police. Whereas Ira Hawkins is duly elected mayor on April 6, 2021, and whereas the Board of Aldermen feel it is sound business practice to have a resolution granting authority to Mayor Ira Hawkins to sign this agreement on behalf of the City of Granby. Now therefore be it resolved by the Board of Aldermen of the City of Granby that Ira Hawkins as mayor is authorized to sign on behalf of the City of Granby an agreement between the City of Granby and Chief of Police Freddie Rico Lindbergh for the City of Granby, Missouri. All other resolutions in conflict herewith are hereby repealed.
I move that we accept the resolution as written.
Second.
Got a motion and a second to accept the resolution as written.
All those in favor?
All in favor? 4-0. All right, Chief Enberg on the dash cams and request to hire new officers. You want to come up?
Actually, after looking into our budget a little bit more, I'd like to table the dash cams for a little while.
All right.
We've got 2 weeks to make that decision. Price is gonna go up after that. But there is no, after I looked into it a little bit more, there is no lock-in on that price. So system. I think it'd be a big asset to the department, but I just don't think right now is the perfect time for it.
All right.
What was the cost for those, just out of curiosity?
$54 a month per vehicle, plus a maintenance fee if they have to come out and fix anything or something like that. So, with the 4 vehicles in the department, plus the maintenance, like I said, and you're leasing the equipment, so we never actually own it. Which, I mean, isn't a horrible thing, because it gets outdated, they give us newer equipment, that does help, but I just think with that $54 a month per vehicle right now, till maybe after the new budget comes in, that's gonna be better to, and give me a chance to look for a comparable system for a lesser rate.
Okay, just out of curiosity, thanks. So you said you wanted us to table that until after the new budget, or you just wanna bring it back?
You just wanna do nothing
Just
right
bring it
now.
back to us, yeah. Okay, the new hires.
What else you got, Rico?
After being hired as chief, I was in a one-man army, except for the reserves, which, believe me, have been helping me out tremendously. But I'd like to put some full-time officers on. I've got a few in mind, I believe I put the names on a paper for you guys. All 3 of the officers are here with us right now tonight. They would be, like I said, considered full-time.
Would be considered full-time?
Yes.
Are they here?
They are.
The officers are considered, would you guys stand up? What is I know you're Chance.
Yes, sir.
And your name?
Caden Miller.
Caden?
Yeah.
Okay,
Dooley.
I know her.
Not sitting around.
Okay, thanks, guys.
And with that in mind, I'd like to put forward that I'd like to put Chance as my sergeant. And Lindsay has offered to take over the role as evidence officer, which we greatly need right now. So, haven't discussed an exact wage increase for those 2 positions, but it's something that I think both of them deserve it. All 3 of the officers are great. The 2 that I just mentioned for the upgrade in pay have been with me or with the department for a long time. They know the ins and outs. Caden's doing great. He's happy to work full-time. I just don't have enough special details to give everybody. Lindsay's also been working on the abatement process, and she's been working really hard at it. And Chance has really just been over backwards to help me. He's working 7 days a week between this job and his other job. Without him, the police department wouldn't be where it's at. He's been an asset helping that. Caden's put in quite a bit of time just in the short time he's been here too. And we
These
still-
officers, will we have 24-hour coverage?
Not 100%. If we have vacation, we have sick time. It's
But on a normal week, it's possible, right?
with them and a little bit help from reserves. Yeah.
Which Jason Dino has been hired as a reserve officer.
Yes, Jason Dino's reserve. We've got Chad During, Jake Hobson, AJ Abruzzo, and Les Schaefer asked me if he could come back as a reserve now. We've also got another gentleman that works for Lawrence County right now that has 2 certified canine dogs that he runs through Verona. He's a reserve in Verona. If I could check the certification and it is proper with the add-on of a police dog, our reserves don't make that much. I'd like to offer him an extra $5 an hour, and it would be a part-time deal, and his main job would just be to keep the drugs off the street again. We'd have the dog at our disposal, so we'd be paying a little extra for the dog.
That's just a future idea.
Yes. I mean, the sooner the better, obviously. The drugs are always gonna be here, but so the sooner I can get a canine here for that price, it's just better for the.
Would that just be like a surprise weekend or a?
Yes. Yeah, it won't be a set schedule. They'll never know what's gonna hit him. He'll just be here and he'll have the dog and he'll make the traffic stops. And he's been trained in it, so he'll know, he'll have hints of what's in the vehicle. He'll ask for permission to search. If they say no, he can run the dog around if the dog hits. And his dogs are not trained on marijuana because of the new laws. A marijuana trained dog is almost useless in Missouri. So, because if they alert on the marijuana, it throws the whole case out. But they are trained on 7 different drugs, is what he told me. And they're not aggression dogs. So I thought aggression has its place, but if you're just running drug trafficking or interdiction, the aggression dogs, it's just a bigger liability.
I think, if I'm reading between the lines here, I think the chief would like to increase the pay to where you could accommodate these officers coming in. I think coming in, off the street, what is the pay? Is it?
We've got three different levels, $15 an hour, $17.20, and $18.85, depending on years of service.
And then additional for
experience.
sergeant.
I'm sorry?
What did you decide, $2 additional for a sergeant?
That was the,
What was the 18?
the Chance is not quite at his 5-year mark, so that would be, it would put him up to 1920 to start, and then once he hits his 5-year mark, which is coming up pretty soon, he would get the additional on that. And then the evidence officer is not a 5 or 7 day a week job, but it is a lot of responsibility. If they screw something up, they can come back and fight the whole department, the whole city, so, there's a lot of responsibility there. So, I'd like to offer that position at an extra 75 cents an hour.
Is that something that we could actually put in a budget right now, or is that something we need to address in the near future when the
For the
upcoming
new
budget
budget.
happens?
My recommendation is to wait till the new budget. It's 3 months away, but Rico does have room in his budget for personnel, just because they've been so shorthanded. They're about $110,000 shy of reaching what was budgeted.
Plus, we're not insuring at this moment, right? When do the officers get insurance?
The part-time officers don't.
But he's hiring
Full-time.
full-time.
Yeah, it'd be 3 full-time.
It's at
60
60 days.
days.
So Lindsay's never lapsed, I don't think that, Lindsay, I don't think hers ever lapsed.
Okay.
I don't so. You
Don't have insurance.
So, I think there's room then, am I missing something here? Because we've been so short, there's money available.
Sounds like it.
No, we need to do it. Do something, like,
With the intent of not giving a raise of July 1 then?
Well, Lana, with there being a surplus right now because of the lack of officers, is there room to raise those up to a certain point?
For July 1?
Before
Budget.
July 1.
Before July 1?
before July.
Now.
In the police budget, yes, there is.
And next year's budget will sustain those wages as well.
And we're talking about a total of 4 officers including you.
Including
It'll take a hit, obviously.
When we created the budget for the police department, it was created for 4 full-time officers at full pay. So this would allow for that.
If we continue to entertain the idea of moving down to the PD also on that next section, that would actually alleviate some of the cost off of you guys too, and assist us in having the means to actually pay you guys closer to what you deserve. Just another in there.
So what are we needing to do? Like first give the okay to hire these 3? Is that what we're?
Well, yeah, he wants to, you wanna make a motion on that? I can't vote.
Yeah. Well, you
You
can
wanna do
vote
each
on
one separately?
you can vote on everybody but that one.
It's up to you guys, I don't care either way.
Make a motion to allow Rico to hire these, we'll do them one at a time, you give you their names, and we'll do them one at a time. Jamie's gonna abstain on one.
Okay, I'll make a motion that we let Rico hire Chance Brandstetter as his first sergeant.
Second that.
Got a motion second to hire Chance Brandstetter as sergeant. All those in favor? 4-0. Next.
Make a motion that we allow him to hire Lindsay Dooley full-time for evidence officer and abatement officer.
Second. Got a motion second to hire Lindsay Dooley. All those in favor? 3-0, 1 abstention. Next.
You're up, buddy.
I move that we allow Rico to hire Caden Miller
I'll second that.
Got a motion and a second to hire Caden also as a full-time officer. All those in favor? 4-0.
Okay.
Thank you, Rico.
So then how do we talk about the wages? Huh.
Is that all on that, guys?
Do we need to agree on something?
Do we need to agree on the pay scale here in this? We probably do. Lana, don't you think we need to agree on their pay scale?
Would she be
I would,
here?
a motion to increase Lindsay 75 cents an hour and a motion to increase Chance $2 an hour.
So what would the pay be? What would the amount be hourly?
19.20 for Chance, Lindsay. Would it be 18.95?
I'm not sure.
Hold on, I don't have their pay scale here.
So they'd be stated according to scale, am I right?
Yeah, the current pay scale.
Okay, so that would be sufficient, council,
We could do all three of them, and
that
she's
they
one.
would be instated at the current pay scale.
Okay. Okay, so I'll make a motion that they be instated at the current pay scale.
I cover that. I'll second.
Got a motion second to allow the new full-time officers to come in on the current pay scale for the police department. Those in favor? 4-0.
3 abstain.
3-0, one abstention. Approval of the new banking signers.
I need minutes to reflect, that we remove Caitlin Butler from all city accounts and that we add Jeanette Murphy to the court account.
Everybody hear that one?
Yes, I make a motion that we remove Caitlin Butler from all of the city accounts and we add Jeanette Murphy as a signer on the accounts.
Court account.
Oh, court accounts, sorry.
Second.
I got a motion second to remove Caitlin Butler from the accounts and add Jeanette Murphy to the court account. All those in favor? 4-0. And court clerk training.
There is a free training, April 11th through Thursday, April 13th. The room and board is paid for, basically to be travel to and from Jefferson City. Jeanette, there were only 8 spaces left, so Jeanette went ahead and registered. But we still need council approval for that, so.
Did you say we cover the room and board?
The state pays for everything except for travel.
Where was
So
it?
Travel and,
Jeff City.
meals.
Feed and everything.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's really
So
pretty
we-
good.
Yeah, that's great.
So reimbursement for gas.
Mileage.
Okay. I make a motion that we allow her to attend this training and we provide the expense for her travel.
Second.
Got a motion second, let Jeanette go to clerk training, and we pay for the travel expenses. Those in favor? 4-0.
I make a motion that we adjourn.
A motion and a second to adjourn at 7:50. All in favor? 4-0.
How are you, Barry?
Hey, Barry.
Is that meeting at 9:15? Unlock us. Sure.
Something you got, I got just got this email today, it's asked asset management training. It's for board and council and mayor stuff. It's an online deal through the DNR.
Oh, will you screenshot it and send it to me as a message?
Okay.
Do you still have my number?
I'll forward the email to Lana, and she can print it for you.
Oh, that'd be great. Thank
For
you.
all board and council, it's a 2 or 3 day deal, just half days online.
Online? And it's for the water system. Thank
Yeah,
you.
for small water systems, like 10,000 or less, 10,000 people.
Yeah, I appreciate it.
I just got it today, and I forgot to get it on.
You know I'm always wanting to know more. I'm always
A lot of this
poking
stuff,
and
they got some
prodding.
very good people.
You guys have a good night. Steve, have a good night.
It's so different from what our deal compared to Missouri American and stuff like that. So, you know, when they pattern it towards us, it's a lot easier to understand. That's what I've
On
got
the
to
what?
do with my public safety department, natural gas.
Oh.
I run by the same standards as Spire Energy. You know, they've got offices full of engineers, attorneys. It's just us. Where the DNR and everything for my water is based on our customers. So,
Reimbursement.
but I would forward it to her, and she can charge, and then she can print it.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
Right.
No, that's great.
Or I can print it tomorrow.
You have that,
Yeah, you could forward it to her, and then she could just forward it to us if she wants. She could just email it to us. That'd be awesome.
That we don't try to get.
That's shelter insurance.